In this practice, start in downward facing dog or child's pose. We'll be drawing in to expand out. We'll contract our muscles to find greater expansion and fullness. The physical fullness we find in our yoga practice also relates to our mental and emotional clarity. When we go from doubt to clarity, when we question and contract, we want to know for certain. So as we draw in to expand out in this practice, so as we do this physical practice, it enables us to find clarity and certainty that we can take off the mat. Continue the strong and expanding fullness on your in-breath, so that as you release on the exhale breath, you find this fullness. When you're doubtless, you experience this sense of freedom. You become really clear about things. But first you have to really explore and go deep. So let's begin this idea of drawing in to expand out more fully by meeting in all fours position. So as you come to all fours position, draw your right knee in toward your heart and expand the right leg straight out and lift your head as you do that. You contract and draw the knee in, a lot of hip flexion here. Now your hip extension as you look forward. One more time, hug in. Reach your legs straight out as you open your chest. Release your right knee down, left leg. Hug the left knee in. Expand your left leg straight back out. Again, draw in to expand out. You draw in to get to know different parts of the body, and through that knowledge, you can use that fullness of the expansion to reach out. Come back to all fours position. Same thing we did with the right knee. This time we'll be using the left elbow to draw the left elbow to the right knee. Expand your left arm out and your right leg out. So it's a balance pose. Draw in very fully, contract completely before expanding out. 3 more. Draw in, expand out, draw in, expand out. 1 more, hug in, expand out. Release your hand down, come either to downward dog or child's pose. Just reflect on that. Come to all fours position again. In the same way that we just did, draw your left knee in, draw your right elbow to meet the left knee, expand the right arm and the left leg out. Draw in, expand out very fully. Draw in, expand out. 2 more. Draw in, expand out. Draw in, expand out. Again, release your hand and your knee. Come either to child's pose or downward facing dog. These poses that we do to assimilate our actions, certainly the most profound of which is shavasana at the end of the practice, where you're just absorbing all the actions and allowing yourself to draw your gaze inward. And so it is with this pose, even though you could become very cerebral with these poses, to see how you can just allow your mind to just explore rather than anticipate our next move or take your awareness to something that feels very contracted. Just allow your mind to expand and explore the entire body. And as you're ready, let's all meet in downward facing dog. Lift yourself up to come to downward facing dog and refine your alignment so that as you look at your hands with the fingers spread, you see that the wrist creases are parallel to the front of the mat. Look at your feet. They should be about hip distance apart. And lift your heels up just for a moment so that you can draw your shoulders forward and soften right between the shoulders. Keep that. Now extend back and draw the heels a little bit closer to the earth. On the next inhale breath, come slightly forward just like we did before. Draw your right knee in toward your heart. Reach your right leg straight back out. Do that again. Inhale, hug in and rock slightly forward. Reach out on the exhale breath. One more. Draw in. Expand out really fully. Release your right foot down. Now the left leg. Hug your left knee in as you rock forward. If this feels too much for your wrist, just come to all fours position. Reach your left leg straight back. Draw the left knee in toward your heart. You contract in order to expand fully. One more. Hug in to reach out. Release your foot down. Let's all meet at the front of the mat. So step your way to the front of the mat with your knees bent, your hands to your low back, root down to rise up. Just pause here in the standing position. Explore your breath. Just kind of assimilate the actions that we've done so far so that we can start to expand more fully in the standing poses. Place your hands right in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And as you press the fingertip tops and the base of the fingers and the fleshy part of the thumb, just have the strong action of the hands here to draw the heads of the arm bones back and the shoulder blades in toward each other. Inhale, release your hands and take your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, place your hands again right in front of your heart in this Anjali Mudra. Inhale, open up. Keep that expansion as you reach up and a little bit further back in the standing back bend. Exhale, place your hands right in front of your heart. 2 more times here. Inhale, open up, you expand so fully. And then you close, you take the hands right in front of the heart. From that contracted position, you expand by releasing, lifting your arms up and back. This time, come all the way down to a forward fold. And in this forward fold, you can take your feet nice and wide apart since it's our first deeper forward fold of the practice. You can bend your knees if you're feeling a little bit too much clarity from the backside of the legs, if that's talking too much to you. I've got blocks here and I love to use them on these first forward folds as a way to keep my shoulder blades lifting. It allows the heart to soften more. With the shoulder blades lifted, I feel this nice length from the pelvis to the armpit. So step your feet now hip distance apart. If you've got blocks, again, it's a great time to use them. Now let's do the same thing that we were doing on our all fours position, or very similar. So inhale, lift your right knee up toward your chest. Exhale, reach your right leg straight back out in the air. Inhale, hug in, you contract in to become so doubtless. You just expand with freedom as you reach your right leg straight out. One last time, draw your right knee in, expand your right leg straight back out, and draw down toward the standing left leg. Release your right foot to the earth, trade sides. So with the right leg so firmly planted, bring your left knee toward your chest. Reach your left leg straight back out as you draw down. Inhale, draw the knee in toward your heart. Exhale, reach out. The slower you go, the more you just are able to tone the upper inner thigh muscles. So slowly hug in to get this full expansion out as you reach out. Release your left foot down. Place your hands right at your hips. Hug your elbows in and rise up. Reach up to the sky. And with the hands wide apart, reach back so you open up. Exhale, you contract down to take your hands to the blocks again. Inhale, you expand up. Exhale, soften down. We'll do the same action we just did by bringing the right knee in toward the heart. Reach your right leg straight back out. See about lifting your left arm up. So same actions that we were doing in the bird dog pose and all fours position. Draw your left elbow toward your right knee. So you contract before expanding out again. 2 more. Contract by drawing the left elbow to the right knee. Expand fully. 1 more. Draw in to expand out. Release your left hand down. Release your right foot down. With the left leg lifted, draw the left leg in. Reach your left leg out. You can keep both hands on the blocks, but if you'd like to join in with reaching your right arm forward, now bend your right elbow to hug in. Expand fully. This strong muscular action as you hug in allows you to expand even more fully on this organic action you reach out. Last time, hug in fully before expanding nicely. Release your hand down. Release your foot down. Place both hands to your low back and inhale to rise up. Very nice. This drawing in without to expand, to express this doubtlessness, this nice fullness. It's a nice way to kind of put the actions of muscular energy with this organic energy. So let's try that in standing poses by taking your hands to your hips. Now inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, extend it back, similar to what we were just doing in the last pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your hands down. Step your back foot forward. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, expand fully. Exhale, release and step forward. 1 last time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, take your arms up and back. Exhale, step forward. Place your hands in front of your heart. Just pause here. Just notice the difference in the sides. This action of drawing in to expand out more fully is something that you do in life. So why not practice it in your body more fully? To get the muscles to align so fully so that you feel this nice aliveness. Let's do this on the opposite side by balancing on the right foot. So inhale, lift your left knee up. Exhale, reach it back and lift your arms up. Of course, the slower we go, the more that really trains our muscles here to be very deliberate in these actions. So hug in and expand out. And again, draw in before expanding out. Reach up and back and release your hands. Step your back foot forward. Take a nice wide stance. And in your wide stance, have your hands right at your hips. Draw your right foot toward the front of the mat. Bend your right knee. Make fists with your hands and have your elbows about the height of your shoulders. Draw your left elbow under your right and pull your fists together, or if you'd like to take your hands in prayer pose, you can do that. But with the fists together, the hands drawing in, it tends to just activate the forearms so nicely. Whichever you'd like to do, come to the arms interlaced and draw the elbows down. So we really draw the elbows in toward each other. We have that contracting, this togetherness action in order to draw our awareness inward before expanding out in Virabhadrasana too. So inhale, lift yourself up and just enjoy the expansion. As you reach your arms up, extend your gaze out over your right hand. Drop the front thigh more. Release your hands. Parallel your feet with your hands interlaced behind your back. Press your knuckles to your low back as you draw forward in the forward fold. So come to some place that feels very easeful for you. You're not overstretching the back side of the legs. Let's first play with that muscular action, the contraction. So bend your knees. With your knees bent, you can pull your feet in toward each other so much more fully. You can feel how the inner thigh muscles work nicely. Now expand out. As you straighten your legs, draw yourself a little bit deeper in the pose. You can lift your interlaced fingers slightly off your low back. But with the elbows bent, you can keep that strong action of the arms, the upper arms especially, strong action of the shoulders, while still getting this expression of freedom in the forward fold. Place both hands to the low back. With your knees bent again, pull in, draw in with that strong muscular effort to rise up. Come to the opposite side. So turn your left toes out, bend your left knee, take your arms up, and in the same way that we've been doing, take your right elbow under your left. You can make fists that really engage the arms nicely. Or if you'd rather, just come to the prayer pose with your wrist creases closer together, your palms closer together. Drop your elbows down toward your inner left knee. Just soften down. So the arms are in this very tight togetherness here. Now let's expand them and give them absolute freedom in Virabhadrasana number 2. So reach your arms out, keep the same stance with your legs, maybe even drop a little bit deeper in the pose. Release your hands and parallel your feet again. In the same way we did to get this strong engagement of the inner thigh muscles, bend your knees, pull your feet in toward each other, interlace your fingers behind your back, press your knuckles to the low back, hug your elbows in, draw yourself into the forward fold. Just pause here in the forward fold. With the inner thighs very engaged, with your feet pulling in toward the midline of your stance. See how you can expand your position by drawing the legs a little bit straighter, maybe taking the arms up more fully. Let the neck muscles just feel this nice elongation from the weight of the head. Take your hands back to your low back, bend both knees, pull in from the feet, really engage to lift yourself up. Thank you so much for joining the practice. You may want to pause now and take a shavasana. If not, see you in the next practice. Namaste.